Good afternoon, students. Today we discuss about 11th accountancy afternoon video. In this afternoon video, we continue the same chapter, books of prime entry. In the previous class, we discussed about the meaning and definition of source document and various types of source document we explained in the previous video classes. So today we discuss about double entry system of bookkeeping. That is, double entry system of bookkeeping is a scientific and a complete system of recording of financial transaction of an organization. So it is one of the scientific method of bookkeeping, and also it is one of the complete system of recording all the business transaction, financial transaction in an organization should be recorded systematically. So according to this system, every transaction have twofold effect. That is, two aspect means debit aspect and credit aspect. That both we should record both the aspect in the books of accounts with the help of the double entry system of bookkeeping. The basic principle of double entry system of bookkeeping is for every debit there should be a correspondent and equivalent credit. So debit denotes increase in assets or in expenses or a decrease in liability, income or capital. Credit denotes increase in liability, income or capital, or a decrease in asset or expenses. So based upon these principles, we should record all the financial transaction in a business concern with the help of the some golden principles. Definition point of view, every transaction involve money or money's worth has twofold aspect: the recording of value on the one hand and the giving of the same value on the other hand. So we should record both the aspect in the business transactions. Both debit aspect and credit aspect should be recorded. And this twofold nature of all transactions must be recorded in the books of, and this gives rise to the term double entry system of bookkeeping. So we should record both the aspect. So we should, for every transaction we record a double entry, that is debit entry and credit entry, debit aspect and credit aspect, receiving aspect and giving aspect, incoming aspect and outgoing aspect. So both the aspect will be recorded in the books of accounts. That's why it is called as double entry system of bookkeeping. So every transaction has twofold effect, and that it affects two accounts in opposite direction, and if a complete record is to be made of each such transaction, it is necessary debit one account and credit one account, other account. So in this, it is this recording of twofold effect of every transaction that has given rise to the term double entry system. Principles of double entry system. In every business transaction there are two aspects. That is, the two aspects involved are the benefit or value receiving aspect and benefit or value giving aspect. So both these two aspects should be recorded. These two aspects involve minimum two accounts, at least one debit account and at least one credit account. So for every debit there is a corresponding and equal credit. If one account debited, the other account must be credited. It is the basic principles of a double entry system of a bookkeeping. Advantage of bookkeeping, that is double entry system of bookkeeping, is number one, accuracy. In this system, the two aspects of each transaction are recorded in the books of accounts. So it helps in checking the accuracy in accounting. So in the case of double entry system of bookkeeping, two aspects, both the aspects are to be recorded. So it assumes the accuracy of the accounts are to be checked easily. Ascertainment of business results. So details regarding expenses, losses, income, gain, asset, liabilities, debtors, creditors, etc. are easily available and also readily available. So by way of using the double entry system of bookkeeping, all the relevant information of financial transaction will be understand and will be find out very easily. This helps to ascertain the net profit earned or loss incurred during an accounting period, and also to know the financial position of the business. So it will helps recording of business transaction systematically in double system of bookkeeping will helps the business people to know the net result of the business, whether the profit earned or loss suffered, and also to know the financial position of the business we can easily understand. Comparative study. The business result of the current year can be compared with those of the previous year and also with the other business firms. So it facilitates business planning for future. With the help of the double entry system of bookkeeping, we can compare 1 year information with that of the previous information, and we can assess the growth of the business, and also we can assess the position of the business in the society by way of comparative study. Common acceptance. The business records maintained under this system are accepted by financial institutions, government and others because it is a systematic and scientific system. Whatever the business concern, if they maintain the accounts under double entry system of bookkeeping, the account should be a complete one and scientific one. So all the users, whether they may be a financial institutions, bank, government and others, they can accept the accounts easily because of the accounts are maintained under double entry system of bookkeeping. So the accounts are accurate and correct. Transactions. Transaction involves transfer of money or money's worth from one person to another. It can be classified into cash transaction, bank transaction and credit transactions. So transaction means all the financial activities based upon the money or money's worth in the business concern is known as transaction. Cash transaction means when immediate cash is involved in a transaction, whether we have purchased goods, cash is paid, whether we have sold the goods, cash is received, whatever the expenses or income, so immediate cash involved in the transaction, that is exchange of cash from one person to another person. That type of transaction is called cash transaction. Bank transaction. In a transaction, if bank is involved, it is a bank transaction. Bank transaction involves the following, that is cash deposit to bank, income of business directly received by bank, received through cash deposit machine, payment made by the customer of the business through debit card or credit card or net banking system, cash withdraw from bank, bank charges levied by the bank, payment made by the bank as per standing instructions, payment made by check, payment made by business through debit card, net banking or NEFT or RTGS. So all these are some of the examples of bank transactions. It is also just like as a cash transactions. Then credit transaction means when settlement is not made by cash or through bank immediately in a transaction, it is called credit transaction. That is transaction happening and the payment or receipt will be made later. So when settlement is not made by cash or through bank immediately, then it is called as a credit transaction. But the amount is to be settled within a specified period, or the amount will be received within a specified period. So that type of transaction is called as credit transactions. Then account point of view, every transaction has two aspects and each aspect affects a minimum two accounts, one account and some other accounts. Two aspect means two accounts will be affected. At least one account will be affected. Each aspect will affect one account. So an account is the basic unit of identification in accounting. A ledger account is a summary of a relevant transaction at one place related to a particular head. So account means it is a summary of relevant transactions at one place with a specific head. It is called as a account and also known as ledger. Account is the systematic presentation of all material information regarding a particular person or item at one place under one head. With that we conclude this video. We can continue the same chapter in next video. So students, you can go through the meaning, definition, principles, advantages, transaction, everything whatever taught in this video. Understand it and write it in your unruled accounts assignment notebook. Keep the notebook safely and bring it on school reopening day. Don't forget, send task complete message in the group and also photocopy of assignment to the personal number. Thank you.